Hey guys, Awesome is me here back with another video. Today is Thursday, and today we're making this light disc. This is the second attempt at this video because the first attempt didn't go well. Just showing you right now. And let's just show it transforms, and it throws really well. I'm going to do a demonstration at the end of this video. But without further ado, let's get to it. This build isn't really hard. All it is it takes time and a tiny bit of patience. So let's just get started right here. Materials. You do not need this. This is just for reference. Just to show you. These are all substitutable for their counterparts. Except for this, I'll explain this one in a minute. So, first of all, you need protractor just for the ruler side in the centimeters. So just, you can see there's centimeters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can pick them up anywhere. I just found this one in my drawer. It has stuff all over it. I don't really care. But blue marker of any kind, Sharpie also works. Blue Sharpie also works. Yellow marker of any kind, so does yellow Sharpie. This is different because here I have a pencil. Okay, this can be colored in light gray. This is just to give it the metallic look. For when it goes across, you can kind of see it reflects. That's how it is in the game, and that's just how I'd like to represent it. So you can use this if you have one. If you do not, then pencil is a good alternative. But this is also for making marks, which you will be making for the drawing. And then black marker, black Sharpie, anything works. So let's get right on into the tutorial. To start off, you will end up you'll end up needing 8 of these sheets to make one. And these are made these exact scale with these 2 sheets. Now, since I already have 6 of them, because I messed up 2 of them on the last example, I'm just going to show you how to make them and not waste an extra sheet of paper. Just help the trees. Comment, hashtag help the trees on this video. Claps, that gets some claps. Clap internally. But, so what you want to do to get it into a square, if you already know, you could measure it, but I don't really need to. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold it over. Make sure that once you fold it over, the corner is even. So I'm just going to do that and then zoom in and show you. It doesn't have to be exact, just close enough. And then always, or not always, also, if you have fingernails, which you probably do unless you bite them away, then you can just crease it like that. So let's just go in. I'm just going to zoom in a tiny bit, see if it can. It's kind of hard for this to render, but you can see there's the tip. It's semi-straight with the edge, and it should meet up and give you a sort of... Okay, sorry about that. We are back, and what I was saying is it should leave a rectangular space at the bottom. Now, you can get rid of that by cutting it, by tracing and cutting, but we want to go semi-pro. Here, I'll zoom in for this just to help you see. Sorry, that's my tripod. Zoom out just a tiny bit, just so you can see. So what you want to do is... Okay, so what you want to do, sorry if it's a little bit blurry, is you want the edges to meet up with the other edge so it like folds exactly on the edge. You can see from this top view, not really, it's kind of like meeting up here. So you keep meeting up, and if you have scissors, just cut it. I forgot to mention, scissors are an option. And then, there. Okay, so now you're left with this fold. You should see, if you flip it back, now it's a triangle. And now when you flip it, it becomes a square. Now all you have to do is take this part off. You could cut it, as I've said 7 times. If you want to, that's probably a better idea. If you want it more smooth. But we're going pro. So I've creased it so it's creased on both sides. So it's really simple. You'll figure out how. Then you just rip it at this corner just a tiny bit. You can kind of see the tiny rip. Make sure that it's like up, and then you just go to town. It might rip a little bit, which if it rips too much, like if it completely, like this, see like it's not 100% straight, but yeah, it's still good. You can throw this piece out now. Yeah, well, so now you're left with this. So basically what you do is, if you want two big rectangles, which you're going to need, you just fold it in half. And then I suggest, if you don't want to go back, you outfold it like you did before. So it's just double. So it's creased on both sides. Same thing with the other way. And then crease it back. Now you should be left, once you're done, or once I'm done, if you're just watching this, you should be left with what looks like this with an X. Turn it sideways, and you have a square. You have 4 squares with lines going through them. Congratulations. Now, what you want to do, if you just want to make this easier for yourself, and you're doing all 4, which I am not, then you'd fold it in half, so there's 2 on this, because these are going to be 4 squares. And then also, if you want to make it easier for yourself, fold in all the corners and then unfold them. This is just for future reference. Now it should have that, and then now here it should have that. But if you have 4, which I only need 2 because I have 6 over here that are good, then yeah, that's about it. So same cutting technique as before. Okay guys, I am back. I finished cutting. Sorry about the horrible transition. I ran out of battery, and then I ran out of storage. So yeah, remember to charge your devices, you video creators. But this is what the completed module will look like. You can see kind of where this would fit in, I guess. Like right in there with these things fold back. We'll get to that in a minute. But for now, this just, if you want to see it, if you finished one module, come back to here. This is what it should look like. So this is one. I've already completed 2 because these are from the last video. So, and I'm going to do one on camera, and then I'm going to do this one really, really fast. So this is what I was talking about, these 2 creases. You'll see why in a minute. So you have these, and all you have to do now is, bam, you are done with this part. You've basically finished the majority of it. Give yourself a pat on the back, because it's an X with a line. But if you've ever made a paper airplane before, you know the 2 top things go in towards the middle. So you got to do that with only the 2 top ones. Doesn't matter which side, as long as this line is facing up. And it does not work if it's facing sideways, because you don't need any lines in any paper folding. It's just there for reference and to help you. Okay, and then bam, you fold it. Now it looks like a triangle with a square at the end. Then you push this part in, and bam, you're done with 3. No, I'm just kidding. You finished 1. So I'm going to come back once I've finished all 6, or all 5 more, and see you then. Hey guys, I've finished all 8 of them, and before I go on to the next part, I just have 2 quick announcements. One, if you do want to recreate this for yourself, recreate this, you can recreate this, you can make a video. Well, actually, it wouldn't really matter. I don't have any copyright anything. So, I didn't even come up with this design. I've known this design for a while, but I came up, well, the pattern, yes, but not the Ninja Star design thing. I just used that to make this disc. But if you want to make one, just please credit me if you're going to use this exact pattern If you're using the Ninja Star, I honestly don't care. I'm chill with that. But the second one is, we just hit 150 subs. Thank you guys. I'm dedicating the rest of this video to this. I'm very motivated now. So, you should have all 8 pieces. I don't remember what this is. This is a parallelogram, yeah. So what you do is, you get one of them with its 2 flaps facing that way, so it's like flat. You get the other one with its 2 flaps facing up, like that. And then you put this one in the middle, just so you can barely see it. So that's how the sliding mechanism works. And then you come in to here, and you fold these things in. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but you just fold them inward so it locks in. Now you should see that's folded inward. And then if you're doing the next piece, same thing. These 2 are facing out, up. These 2 are facing down, out. You put this in here. It doesn't matter if it has to go in between these 2. And then it should just connect. You do the exact same thing. And then you'll see this start to come together. So I'm going to go back to you because the last one is a little bit harder. So I'll see you then. Okay, we've put in all 7 of these. Some of you overachievers might think that this goes right here and you're just supposed to shove it and this is just an extra piece. That is not true. So what you do is, it is the exact same thing for this last one, except the only thing different is that you got to kind of bend it to get it in there. Now, this one should have all 3 pieces. What you do is, and it shouldn't have these 2 end pieces. So what you do is you open up one of the sides. Okay. So now you should have opened this up. Now what you do is you put this sides in here. Just make sure this is the hardest one. Okay, done with this side. Now do the other side. Now there. Now it should lay semi-flat. It won't be as flat as this one, you can tell, but it will get there. And now it is time for the drawing. Okay, it is time for the coloring. So now I'm going to compare this to this. Let's just keep that like that. It might be a tiny bit hard for you to see, but if this video cuts out at any time, yeah, I can't see my camera. So first things first, what I did is, let's just get our materials. The first thing you should do is go to any side. And it doesn't matter what. Just go to the corner of any side and go to the centimeter scale. Measure out 1.5 centimeters. Make a mark. Now you should be able to see that. Right there, yes. Now you do the same thing on the other side, making sure it's on the same level. There. So now you should have 2 dots. Now what we're going to do is you make a line that connects both of them. It's kind of hard to see this, but make sure it goes all the way across, and you're done with this side. Now do that on all of the sides. All you do is tilt it a tiny bit because it's an octagon. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay guys, I have finished the lines. Now what we're going to do is, you can see this, if we want to make it look good, we're going to erase some of this. So here's one of these comparisons. So we can erase these 2 lines. Just make sure that there ends up being what looks like a diamond shape. Like you can see the diamond here inside the square. So just end up erasing a few of them. Oops, see, I erased the wrong line because I'm not paying too much attention. It's hard to narrate and make sure you're doing everything right. So there we go. Okay, and also make sure that all these are all the way out, just so you don't mess up anything too bad. And then hit this. So now what you're gonna want to do is color in these 4 remaining diamond ends, I guess, with yellow, and the other space around it in blue. So I will see you once I've finished that. Okay, so now that you've finished coloring this in, I've kind of made this a tiny bit easier for you. So what you need to do is mark out the middle of all 4 of these, which is pretty simple. And then after that, like, you make a V, which is easy to do if you measure out from the edge 1 centimeter into the middle. And then after your 1 centimeter, just trace into the middle. And then do the same thing on the other side. And then, oops, okay. There, okay, so now that's 2 of them done. I'm going to do the other 2, and then I'll show you what to do next.